Alright guys, what is going on? Match reaction. Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1, and Chelsea win it at the death. Liverpool have lost back-to-back Premier League games in the 95th minute. Obviously last week they lost to Crystal Palace. Eddie Nketiah's goal in the 95th minute, winning it for Palace. And now Chelsea have just done it to Liverpool again. It's 3 defeats in a row for Liverpool. If you take into consideration, they lost midweek to Galatasaray in the Champions League. And they have been knocked off the top of the Premier League. And Arsenal top the Premier League. Yes, we're very early on in the season. Liverpool are only 1 point behind Arsenal. You know, there's going to be swings and roundabouts, no doubt, within the Premier League this season. But it is Arsenal who top the Premier League. And yeah, it's a big win for Chelsea. Big win for Chelsea. Obviously, you know, Chelsea lost last week as well in the Premier League to Brighton. They lost 3-1. So it's a big win for Chelsea. Get back in to winning ways in the Premier League. And, you know, it's the best way to win a football match, isn't it? You know, to score a goal in the 95th minute. It's always the best way to win a game late. It really is. You know, just the adrenaline that goes through your body, it's insane. And, you know, I'm sure Chelsea fans will be absolutely buzzing with that win tonight. But, you know, I feel the game was very open. I mean, I'm very surprised that there was only 3 goals in this game, to be honest with you. The game, to me, seemed really, like, you know, open. You know, I know I just said that, but it did. You know, when the amount of space that both teams had, you know, in the midfield, and when they actually, you know, got the ball forward was kind of strange, to be honest. You know, it kind of felt like both teams didn't really want to defend, but there was only 3 goals. I mean, the amount of space the Chelsea wingers had, the majority of the game was crazy. I mean, I'm not sure what the Liverpool fullbacks were doing, but they just gave the Chelsea wingers so much space, like all the time, it seemed. But yeah, you know, very surprised that there was only 3 goals, and you know, it was like a game of tennis. The last, you know, 15-20 minutes, it was end to end. It really was entertaining. But, you know, going back to Chelsea, you know, it's a big win. You know, they beat Benfica in the Champions League midweek, and now they've backed it up with a win against Liverpool. You know, I think Maresca needed this performance. Well, I think he needed the win, sorry. You know, because that result against Brighton was pretty bad. You know, 3-1 defeat. So yeah, Maresca really needed this. And he's got it, you know, for Arne Slot, 3 defeats in a row. I'm not sure that's happened to Slot at Liverpool before. 3 defeats in a row, 2 defeats in a row in the Premier League. And yeah, you know, Liverpool today, they looked off it again. Liverpool. They really did, you know. And I'm not sure what's going on with Liverpool this season, but in every single game, they haven't played well. But we all know what's going to happen, don't we? They play Manchester United next, my team. They're going to play like Prime Barcelona at Anfield against United. You know it's going to happen. Everyone knows it's going to happen. Liverpool will click into gear in that game, 100%. But no, you know, jokes aside, they've not been good this season, Liverpool. They've not been good. And, you know, you can't keep winning games late on. And now it's coming back to bite them because they're now losing games late on. So, you know, it's one of them and Arne Slot. You know, it's now the international break. I think they need this break, to be honest, Liverpool. They need a reset because they're not playing well, in my opinion. And yeah, they look flat. You know, they tried to bring Wirtz on at half-time, but did absolutely nothing again, Florian Wirtz. Don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, they look really flat at the minute, Liverpool. And they need to click into gear sooner rather than later because, you know, our Arsenal are playing well. And, you know, Arsenal have, you know, toppled them. They've toppled them. But let's talk about the goals. Chelsea take the lead in the 14th minute. Moises Caicedo with an absolute bullet. I mean, you could have had about 5 goalkeepers in the net. They're not saving it. It is so far in the top corner, top left corner. It is ridiculous. It is stanchion by Moises Caicedo. But it's very questionable defending from Liverpool. You've just got Van Dijk and Kanate both backing away from him. You know, Moises Caicedo can strike a ball. We know that. He can do it. And, you know, one of the Liverpool centre-backs has to engage Caicedo. But they don't. Both of them back off. Caicedo, space opens up, drills the shot top left. Keeper's got absolutely no chance. It is a wonderful strike by Caicedo. Wonderful goal. Stunning finish. You know, and I actually think that goal was kind of against the run of play, to be honest. I think Liverpool started the better. But then, you know, Chelsea got that goal, grew in confidence, and, you know, I feel like when Chelsea got that goal, they actually played okay, and, you know, it was 1-0 at half-time. And then, you know, it was about, you know, I always felt like if Chelsea would have made it 2-0, I think it was game over. However, Liverpool made it 1-1. Cody Gakpo in the 63rd minute for Liverpool equalising. It's down the right-hand side. Szoboszlai gets in the cross, and I think Isak actually tries to control it, but he messes up the control, Isak, and it just falls straight into the path of Cody Gakpo. Alexander Isak will probably telling people he meant to do that. He definitely didn't. He miscontrols it. But it just falls perfectly into the path of Cody Gakpo. Lashes it past Sanchez, who's coming out, rushing out on him. And yeah, just like that, it's 1-1. And it's game on. It is game on. And, you know, it was back and forth from that minute on, really. Back and forth. And I said on stream, there's going to be a winner. There was just so much space in the game, it seemed. There had to be a winner. And then the 95th minute, Chelsea get it through Estevao. Brilliant play by Enzo Fernandez. Lovely ball to Cucurella. Lovely ball by Enzo. Cucurella gets in the low-driven cross. Estevao beats Robertson to it and sticks it in past the keeper for 2-1 to Chelsea. Maresca's running down the touchline celebrating, doing a Jose Mourinho. Because, you know, Maresca knows how much how big that win is. But yeah, really good victory for Chelsea. But for Liverpool, concerning. It is concerning, this, for Liverpool. Like, if you're a Liverpool fan, you must be concerned. You have to be concerned. You know, 3 defeats in a row. I don't think there's been one game this season where you've particularly played well. So yeah, you've got to be concerned as a Liverpool fan. For Chelsea, you've won the game. You know, you've won the game in the 95th minute. You don't really care, you know, how the game went. You've won the game, and you know that's what football is about. It's about getting results, and Chelsea have got it. But yeah, mainly for Liverpool, I would be concerned. You know, obviously they've got Manchester United straight after the international break. At Anfield, can't see United winning, if I'm being honest with you. And Liverpool have to win that game, because I don't know who Arsenal play next, but they'll probably win Arsenal. So yeah, the pressure's on Liverpool now, because they're the ones chasing now. Liverpool's are the ones chasing now. You know, Arsenal at the top, Liverpool got to chase. Everyone's chasing Arsenal now. But guys, let me know in the comments what you thought about the match. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.